Are doomed. Doomed, I say. Take a look. Strait of Hormuz. Gaze of Hormuz. Hormuz. Let's look. This is unbelievable. Idiocracy at its finest.
Isn't it a little bit homophobic that we're so focused on the Straits of Hormuz and not the gays of Hormuz?
Yes, I agree. Yes, for sure.
Why do you think they're willing to leave the gays of Hormuz behind?
I think it's just historically, gays have always been very discriminated against, which is wrong on so many levels.
Even in war.
Yeah, even in war. It just takes more reform in government, obviously, and then also educating society.
I just feel like if we're gonna go in there, we can't leave the gay people behind.
Right.
I don't think we should go in there at all, but if we're going to, the gays of Hormuz, we could turn it into Fire Island.
For sure.
Fire Island. Alright, let's take a look at this. This is important. When everything in our stores in the United States is delivered by diesel-powered trucks, we can expect prices to rise significantly. They're saying we haven't seen anything yet, okay? Over the next month or so, prices to explode. Fuel prices could also lead to shortages as trucking firms may cut back on their services due to the outrageous rise in fuel costs. Prepare accordingly, they're saying. I mentioned to you in a previous video or two that part of the fishing industries, mainly in Europe, I don't know about the United States area, but fishing industry in Europe and other areas in that neck of the woods, I think maybe some in Asia, are docking part of their fishing fleets because they simply can't afford the gas. They can't afford the gas, they can't afford to pay the story goes, to pay their personnel, the fishermen, and so they're docking, which means we're going to have huge fish shortages, and fish is going to be off the menu according to Adapt 2030. I watched that just yesterday or the day before. They're saying prepare accordingly. Now look, take a look at this. Top 10 largest diesel price gains. Arizona is the worst offender. I'm surprised California isn't on there, but California is already outrageously high, so I guess there's no need to mention them. That libtard state. I don't see Georgia on this list. This is provided by Gas Buddy, but Florida is pretty high also. You see the list of states there: Arizona, Nevada, North Carolina, Tennessee, Louisiana, Florida, South Carolina, Mississippi, Texas, and Virginia so far with extremely high diesel price gains. And it only just began. That's word out in the street. So we can't overstate, it cannot be overstated enough what's coming down the pipeline for truckers, farmers, logistics, and beyond. And of course, it all falls back on us, the citizens, right? They're going to pass all these costs along to us. Now, if you're going to certain places, say like Publix, and it's $9 for a box of cereal, that's before the so-called Iran war, right? Before that, what the hell is a box of cereal going to cost after that? Think about meat. They're talking about shortages of meat, things disappearing off the shelves. That the scamdemic was just a training session for us because they really want to sock it to us. They really want the B system to just, you'll own nothing. You'll be happy if you're allowed to live in the stack 'em and pack 'em 15-minute cities. And they really want a lot of people gone. Georgia Guidestone style, Deagle.com, depopulation projection style. They wanted a bulk of us gone last year. That didn't happen. They thought the injecciones of 2020 and 2021 of the scamdemic, they thought this was going to do the trick, and it really hasn't. It hasn't yet. But they will try and do whatever they can to depopulate, to control. And who was it? Henry Kissinger said that, to control the population, you just starve them. Starve them. I may want to beg to differ. I may want to say, I think I want to say, if you try to starve the population, they're going to act a fool, and they're going to come after you. They're going to come after their neighbors. I mean, it's going to be total chaos. I don't think it's a good idea to starve the population, especially Americans. It's the most heavily armed country, and we are on to what's happening. A lot of us are on to what's happening. We know that it's our governments. It's the deep state. It's a new world order, however you want to phrase it. That's doing this. So we know who's causing all this shit, and this war is just, it's all, I guess, all part of the plan. What else can I say? I mean, this is not good. I don't think it's a great move to go attack Iran, or so the story goes. We don't even know if that's really happening. It could be AI. All they got to do is print articles and people will believe it. All they got to do is show you some video game footage and people will believe it. Or the sheep will believe it. But I just want to show you this because this is coming down the pike. This is happening now, and the impact, they're saying within a month. They're saying we could have empty shelves. Not totally, but it could be COVID on steroids type of empty shelves. So I've been saying this, and a lot of other channels have been saying this for the longest time, for years. Stock up, and don't panic buy. Just pick up extras here, hither and thither, of whatever you think is important. All right? Because look how high this is. This is a month later. Look at this. This is insane. This is insane. Just want to give you a friendly reminder to stock the hell up, or don't, whatever. But you know, it's weird that it's during like spring and summertime when we travel, that they're jacking up the gas prices. I mean, they always do that during traveling season, but this is a time when it's supposed to be like happy, everyone's going on vacation, all that, and they're just trying to make it damn miserable. They're trying to make everything just miserable. They're trying to make. Look at the buildings. What do they call the brutal? They call the new buildings that they're putting. Like, look at the old restaurants of old. How nice and inviting they were, right? And look at the newer versions, like of Taco Bell, of Chick-fil-A's, Chip Toddle, whatever the hell you call that place. Look at the newer versions compared to the older ones. The newer ones look gray. It's just a turnoff. They're disgusting looking. The new Chick-fil-A's are not the dwarf houses. They look like a factory or some shit. I can't make it out. It just looks cold and uninviting. And that's their way of, in my opinion, I think it's called brutalism. Someone put in a comment section a couple of months ago that so they're trying to make things brutal to us. They're trying to make things colder to us. They're trying to make things less inviting to us. They're trying to make life harder for us, even aesthetically, any way they can. But yeah, jacking up prices, putting a squeeze on us. This is ridiculous where we're at. I had that to show you, and I think there's one more thing. Let me read this to you. They said it was a war, but it actually is the QFS transfer. So I looked that up, and QFS is Quantum Financial System. Going from the old financial system to a quantum financial system. The quantum financial system is a proposed advanced, secure, and instantaneous digital banking network designed to replace traditional centralized banking systems using quantum computing. Proponents suggest it will use AI and quantum technology to eliminate fraud, provide one-on-one asset-backed currency transparency, and eliminate human error in international transactions. So it's supposedly this war is out with the old and in with the new. The quantum financial system is supposed to replace the old financial system. And it's digital banking network. So let me get back to this. Controlled demolition of the old financial system is what we're looking at, according to sources. They said it was a war. It's the QFS, Quantum Financial System transfer, a transfer over to digital currency. I'm just relaying information to you guys. Oil just hit $110 a barrel. Gold just hit $4,789. Wall Street is in free fall. I don't know, is it? I'm not keeping up with Wall Street. And what's the right question to ask about all this? This almost seems like, well, it's a Telegram post from Axios 4B. Okay, this is an Axios 4B Telegram post. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. According to this account on Telegram, Axios 4B, last night, meaning with the Trump speech last night, he said, hold on. He said, buy oil from the United States. This is a Telegram post saying that Trump said in his speech, "Buy oil from the United States." So you can make of it what you will. Didn't say reopen Hormuz, not stabilize the market, not protect the supply chain. Buy from us. I'm just relaying this post from Axios 4B on Telegram. Bear with me. One sentence on live television to every nation on earth. That was not a suggestion. It was a death certificate for the petrodollar. For 53 years since Kissinger's deal with Saudi Arabia in 73, every barrel of oil on earth was priced in dollars. Every country that wanted fuel had to hold dollars. They had to have dollars. That's what kept the system alive. That's what gave the Fed its power. That's what made Wall Street untouchable. Last night, he ended it in one sentence. Go to the Strait and just take it, he said. Go to the Strait and just take it. He gave away Hormuz, the most strategic choke point on earth, right on camera. You don't give away the thing that keeps your currency alive, unless you already built the replacement. Gold didn't hit $4,789 by accident. Oil didn't hit $110 by accident. Markets didn't crash by accident. This is the controlled demolition of the old financial system. They said it was a war, but it's a transfer. Old ledger is burning. New architecture is loading. Petrodollar is flatlining. And gold is repricing everything. The Fed meets next week. Closed session, no transcript, no press. Last time they did that, March 17th. 2 weeks later, the bombs fell. What's going to fall this time? That's according to Axios again, Telegram, Axios/4B. I'm not on Telegram, but I'm contemplating getting on there. Thinking about it. I might gain more traction than BitChute. So what do you think? It says here, according to Axios 4B, that it's a controlled demolition of the old financial system. They say it's a war, but really it's killing the old financial system. Want to bring in the digital bank, digital currency. The Fed meets next week in a closed closed session, no transcript, no press. The last time they did that was March 17th, and then the bombs fell 2 weeks later. What's going to fall this time? What domino is going to fall this time? That's the question. That's what I got for you. Don't be a troll. Oh my God. It's Ishtar. It's Easter weekend. We all got to get our soul right with Jesus. Seriously, this is ridiculous. Get propped up as best you can and prepped up, and head on a swivel. It's unbelievable. Don't be a troll. If you see a troll, say something. That's what I got for you. I'm out.